Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Michael Folguera, joined by my co-host,
George Folguera.
and we're the Biscayne boys. If things look different for those of you watching on YouTube, it's because we got a new camera, so, we're upgrading.
Yeah.
The picture should look a little bit nicer. If it doesn't,
It's a nice camera, too.
bear with us. I got to...
Like, visually,
Make
it's a nice camera.
All right. I just got to make sure, I'm messing with the settings and stuff, so bear with us if it doesn't look the best. I was looking at the screen, though, the preview, and it looks like the lighting is better. So there's that. The Biscayne boys, well, one of the Biscayne boys did their very first interview today. My buddy had a research project for one of his classes about sports media, and he decided to interview me. So I was able to plug myself in that interview. It's pretty cool. We talked about basically the guys that dramatize everything, like Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, those guys that go crazy and stuff. And he's asking me how I feel about it and stuff. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I could see if I could try to get the interview if you guys are interested in that. I don't know if you guys are, but it was pretty cool. Another thing too, we surpassed 100 Twitter followers, which is insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty big milestone, actually. So.
Yeah, big shout out to the Rise Up.
Pat yourself on the back.
Thanks, man. Big shout out to the Rise Up podcast community. Those guys have really been really helpful in growing the podcast. So
Absolutely,
big shout out to them. But let's get into some basketball. The Heat have been on a roll lately, and it's made me really excited.
Yeah, definitely on a tear.
These Heat Week segments have been way more
positive.
Yeah,
a lot more optimistic.
3 weeks ago, it was oh my God, it sounds like they're pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Now it's fuck yeah, baby. That's the fuck I'm talking about. So first game of the week was against OKC. Russell Westbrook was out for this one. He was suspended because he picked up his 16th technical of the season.
And honestly, at this point, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll take whatever I can get.
We won 116-107. Our bench played amazing, ridiculous. It was the biggest.
Winslow didn't play, mind you.
Yeah,
so.
And it was the biggest point deficit of I don't know how to word it. We outscored their bench by 60 or 50 points, which is the most in franchise history, surpassing when we did it in '94 against the Clippers. So that's huge. Our bench scored 67 points.
Kind of crazy. Wade and Dragic had 25 for Wade, 26 for Dragic off the bench.
Yeah, that was I don't know if it was the most combined or it's the first time in franchise history where
that's crazy though,
a duo off the bench combines, each has 25 or more. They did it against Golden State. So really cool. I love Dragic coming off the bench. We've talked about this already. I think it's great. I know we haven't been able to see Winslow play as of late. He missed this whole week. He didn't play a single game this whole week, which really blows. But
what is it? It's an ankle?
I thought it was his hip or something. I don't know.
All right.
Or his thigh.
Whatever.
He's been sitting out for too long, though. I don't know what it is. Paul George had 31, 9 rebounds, 5 assists.
Grant had 27.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Grant had 19 for them against Toronto.
He's really good, though.
He
really rebounds good. Like a monster, too.
He had double-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Adams didn't really, get to do too much. He fouled out, though. That's right. He only played.
Yeah, he picked up fouls quick.
Yeah, we did a good job of making that happen. He had a good game, though. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. We shot 47% from the field. We shot 94% from the free throw line. Holy God. That's the most we've ever shot.
Yeah.
From the free throw line, I think, this season. We shot better from the three than them. They had more rebounds than us, more offensive rebounds, but we had way less turnovers. We had 11 less turnovers, which is huge. We had more fast break points, which is
10
really
more
weird.
Points in the paint. Yeah, the fast break points is weird.
10 more
points in the paint is it always is like that. Even when we get out rebounded sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, but great game. Great way to start off the week. Especially against them. I know they didn't have Russell, but this is a really solid team that we've been talking about the whole season, about how they're kind of like a sleeper in the West. No one was really paying attention to them. Then people started paying attention to them, and then they started sucking, I feel. like I feel like that's how it worked out, but nonetheless, this is a really good team, and to beat them,
with or without PG or Russell, it doesn't matter. Like really, any of their players, like with or without them, they're still a good team.
And to beat them at their house, huge.
Yeah, and it's not like again, and you got to think at this point in the season, like a lot of teams are just trying to win regardless. It doesn't matter, and they don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Next game goes against the Spurs, and we ended up winning that game 110-105. Which was that game was just a great game. Like played
amazing.
Well. Like I think down the stretch is where we really showed our poise and we composure at least. But overall, it was a good effort, and it's fun. It's fun to watch. I think personally, I like watching us play the Spurs because the mindsets are very similar. It's very old school basketball, not settling too much for threes. In our case, not all the time. You know, now that. Like with KO and people like that, but in general, it's like attack the paint. That's been like our kind of our identity this year, and with them, it's just good defense. And I think it was an exciting game.
Yeah, and like going back to what you said, playing against the Spurs, it's like similar mindsets, similar plans of attack.
Yeah,
and it's almost like a battle to really see who's the better team. And they've fucking kicked our ass these last few years. And this game,
I think
they got us to sweep. It's the first time in franchise history that we sweep the Spurs. I think in the regular season.
In the regular season,
I think it's only our 4th or 5th win in San Antonio in franchise history or something like that.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's our only our. I think it was
or like 6th. I don't know.
Win in San Antonio, like in general in Heat history, which is fucking crazy. That's like with the LeBron era and everything. But obviously, like the Spurs were really good, and during the LeBron era because they won a championship or they went to the finals twice, just with us. But the game itself was really good and really competitive.
Yeah. No Winslow again.
Yeah. Winslow didn't play again.
Dragic had 22 off the bench. I'm telling you, I love him coming off the bench.
Our bench again.
He had 22 points in 22 minutes.
Our bench played good though. James Johnson had 13 points. Dragic had 22. Wade had 11, and Whiteside had 12.
James Johnson really like flipped the switch. I feel he came off of like that injury, and we weren't playing him at all. And then now he's starting to get back into the rotation, and he's playing really good. Yeah, like this is the James Johnson that I've been waiting for since the start of the season.
Yeah, a lot of confidence, but not like over. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like he's not passing out of. Like he's not going crazy. Like he's not doing too much with it, but he's also not like passing out of stuff too much. Like he's attacking the basket, which is when he's the best. When he's like just attacking the paint, going at like drawing 2 defenders and stuff like that. And that's what he's doing now. And there's a lot of confidence in him. And I like it because I feel like since he's not a starter, let's say, he seems like he looks like he doesn't have like too much responsibility. He feels like he gets in the game and he just takes what he could get, but he doesn't like have this like responsibility to start the game and get the offense flowing and get people in a rhythm and stuff like that. And I think honestly, it fucks with people sometimes because I think as starters, some people feel like they need to like do more, which is not the case. But I mean, and then for other guys, it works differently. Like Dragic comes in the game or Whiteside, and they look like, okay, I didn't start. I need to hurry up and get something going. Yeah. And they do that, and it works. I don't know. Whatever. The rotations, I'm not complaining for this is a really good rotation.
It's like we finally figured it out. Yeah. Spoelstra finally figured it out. He's struggled with the rotations for like, it feels like this is like the 3rd season now where he hasn't really figured out where to put guys.
Yeah.
We shot 46% from the field. They shot 43%. We shot 45 from 3. It's huge considering this is a team that has had the best defense in the league, I think, since All-Star break, or like the best defense in general, I think, or something like that.
And this isn't a Spurs.
And we played them at their house, which they have the 4th best home record in the league.
And the other thing I need to tell people, like I want to remind you guys, is this isn't a team that's like right now struggling. The Spurs have been on a tear the last, I would say, 15 games, or 10 games. They've been on an absolute tear.
Yeah, they were on a 9-game win streak.
There you go. And they beat the Warriors with everyone basically playing for the Warriors. So they're not like a team that's like, oh yeah, they're watching. No. This team lately, they're locked in, and we were able to go there without arguably our best player. And we were able to take the W. And the one of the best things that stood out was our defense on DeMar DeRozan down the stretch. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And like I said, this is a defensive-minded team. to shoot how well we shot from the field, from the three, and to only have 10 turnovers, huge.
Yeah.
It was a great game altogether. Like I love playing San Antonio. I have so much respect for the organization. I have so much respect for Greg Popovich. So, like to see, like, this is like almost like a team that, like, honestly, I feel like we try to like model ourselves after an organization like them.
I do feel that way.
They're classy. They created that dynasty. They built that dynasty. They have amazing coaching. Yeah. Their player development is amazing, and I feel like that's what we try to, like, that's our goal, to be like a San Antonio.
Just a respectful organization that there's no excuses. Everyone's held accountable, and we want to work hard. Yeah, and that's what it really feels like. And the other thing is, when LeBron was here, I think we took pride in defense. Don't get me wrong, but when he left is when I really felt like we made that change or that transformation to really show, like, okay, like, just defense is what we're gonna preach. Like, you're not gonna come here. I don't care if you're a guy that averages 25. If you come here, it's nice that you could put the ball in the hoop, but you got to play defense. And we've done that. So, overall, good game, like, competitive, like, just fun to watch in general. But, man, that's a big W.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you guys hear a phone ringing. It's my dad's phone. I forgot to close the door. So, sorry about that.
So, moving on.
Moving on.
This is the worst game of the week.
The worst game of the fucking season.
We played the Bucks.
Holy shit.
We played the Bucks. And
I forgot about this one.
We lost 87. So that's already bad enough when you hear games in the 80s.
Yeah.
To 116.
Unless you're playing in the 80s.
87 to 116. I think we went down by 40 at one point.
Yeah.
30. We were down by 30 at one point.
Dude, we lost by 39.
Yeah. So we were down by 40.
Yeah, we were definitely
that's the whole second half. I
40.
think we were down by 40.
Giannis.
We fucking thought they weren't gonna play Giannis, bro.
You know what, bro? Actually, we've talked so highly of Giannis. Fuck him, because he threw a ball at Kelly Olynyk. No, I'm just joking.
What's it called?
That shit was kind of funny though.
I was like, when?
Yeah, no, he did.
When? In what play?
Olynyk tried to draw a charge.
Oh, yeah.
And then he threw the ball at him, and then Olynyk threw it, and they were like,
I thought you mean like
Olynyk, sorry ass, couldn't hit 7-foot Giannis. Yeah, he was aiming for his head, guys. Yeah, he threw the ball at his head. Okay,
but overall, I thought they weren't gonna play Giannis. I thought, like, okay, this team for sure, they're cleansed.
And he got injured. To go. He almost got injured, and I was about to say that's what Milwaukee fucking deserves for still playing this guy against
I don't want to be
like
a jerk about it, like, but I was a little like, it's just tough luck because when you're clinched. Are they clinched?
They're clinched for the playoffs. They don't have their spot,
obviously,
but they're 2 games ahead of Toronto.
No team really has their spot, but they're not guaranteed the number one. I think they want the number one, and that's why they're still playing.
No, but all these guys play 82 games. The whole team plays like every game.
Is that they played him, and I'm just like, to me, it's like, man, I don't know. I just wanted the easy way out. I wanted them not to play him and have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, I wanted the easy way out.
But they really put it on us, dude.
Yeah,
if this is them. Like, well, it's not even that, like, we were that off. Like, yeah, we were. They put a fucking whooping on us, though, dude.
No, yeah, this was terrible.
They put a whooping on us, bro.
Maybe we could win a half if we play them in the playoffs. If they're gonna play like this. Speaking of how highly our bench has been playing, all of our bench players were in the negative. The whole team was in the negative other than Bam Adebayo, but our bench. Wade minus 24.
How does Bam do it?
James Johnson minus 23. Whiteside minus 23. Dragic minus 21. And then Robinson and Anderson both minus 6, but those guys only played garbage time. So
the only thing I can tell you guys is I don't really want to stay on this game too long. The one thing I want to say is just pray.
Yeah.
Just pray if we face them in the playoffs.
Giannis sucks. Okay, he had 20 at the half and he ended with 27. Wow, he played 28 minutes.
They had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks.
Their starters barely played. So they still, they're resting. They're resting their guys, basically. Their starters barely played. Yeah. No one played over 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're on limited time.
And then we got Richardson over here playing 40 minutes a game. He's going to be like Dwayne Wade 2.0. He's only going to play 12
trying
years.
His hardest, like when the game goes to shit. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to get 30. Like, fucking stuff, bro.
Only 9 turnovers. So there's one positive thing. We were able to control the basketball. But in every other like stat, they basically beat us. That's what happens when you lose by 40.
Preview for the playoffs. What I want to say, what worries me the most about this team is that they have really officially set it up around Giannis. Their 3-balls or like their 3-point shooters are good. Like they have more than enough capable guys to put the ball in from deep, and that's like Brook Lopez, Middleton, a bunch of guys. This is what gets me. Our role, like our identity, like I said, I keep saying it, is just to be in the paint, be a presence, get rebounds, finish in the paint, attack the paint. Giannis is the best player in the paint. I know you guys might have opinions. To me, he's the best player inside the paint. There's not a team that could do it.
He's the best player inside the paint we've seen since Shaq.
No, and that's not even to me that bold of a statement. It is because it is, but it isn't to me because it's not
like, whoa, you're kind of reaching there. No,
it's not. It's the truth. He's like, if Shaq was adapted to play in this era, it would be like that. Like just a lot less weight.
Shaq got fat because like that was his game plan. Like that was the way the league was. The league wasn't
with LSU.
But no, the league wasn't like the way it is now. The games are way more fast paced.
Yeah,
they're way more fast paced.
There's not like
Shaq wouldn't have gained fucking 100 pounds if he played in today's league. And like he would have stayed slim the way he was in Orlando. That guy ran the floor like an animal.
It's true because at the time that Shaq was playing, there were still some big ass guys left that he needed to have like the weight to stay in there with him. And but it's true. It's like the game now. There's some teams that just completely revolve their offense around transition, not half court sets. That didn't exist back in the day. But whatever. Point is, that's what worries me the most because he is so dominant. We've seen teams, I'm telling you, triple team. Like recently, they played the Celtics and they were throwing 3 bodies on him in the paint to try to like rebound over him so he wouldn't get a putback. It's ridiculous. That is my biggest worry. If it wasn't so dominant, if he wasn't so dominant in the paint, I would feel like maybe we have a better chance at this series. But because he is, it's gonna take a lot of effort on our side.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I completely agree. We stand no chance. Let's stop talking about the Bucks.
Next game against the Wizards.
We're the Milwaukee Boys. That's going to be like a meme. I wish we were big enough to have memes created about us.
Next game was the Wizards, and it was actually a really good game. We won 113 to 108.
Yeah. We played great. Bam Adebayo
played amazing.
Was the star of the game. I know Dwayne Wade had his 20 or whatever it was. Yeah, he had 20.
But Bam,
9 rebounds, 5 assists. But Bam played amazing.
16 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 blocks. He played phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he played great. Plus 16. Olynyk was plus 19. Waiters was plus 15. Our starters played really good. The starters had 69 points. James Johnson had a great game coming off the bench. So, that's huge when you get that boost along with Dwayne Wade.
The Spurs game was the game that Dragic was like 6 for 8 from the 3?
Yeah.
Something crazy, right?
Washington playing them, I kind of realized this team isn't that bad after the trades. I know they don't have Wall, so that it's not full form, but dude, Bradley Beal, Bobby Portis, Jabari Parker, like they have pieces.
No, they have good. Like they actually do.
The fuck is this?
They're playing really good.
Fuck Green. Wait a second. I gotta figure this shit out. What? Jeff Green. Okay, I was like, who the fuck had 25 points?
Nah, he let
us have it.
For a second, I thought Bobby Portis was gonna snap.
Bobby Portis kind of snapped. What do you have? 14? No shot. That's a lie. They scraped some points off of his stat sheet because I felt like he had 20.
And Bradley Beal was on fire in the first half.
Yeah.
Or in the second quarter, and he just like kind of died out.
16.
Yeah, he died out.
Fuck.
No, they are annoying to deal with though, because they have a lot of athletic players.
Yeah, and they have like pretty decent rebounding.
Yeah,
like that Thomas Bryant guy is actually like a dog. People talk shit about him, but
between him, Portis, and what's it called,
even Jabari, who's
more
of like
it's a little annoying to deal with.
He's more of like an athletic rebounder. Like it's not like you brute force get in the paint. Like
Jabari,
he's
I don't think
jumps high.
He didn't have the same confidence he did before the injury, but man, that guy is gross. Like.
Yeah.
He'll snap on you in a second, dude. He could dribble the ball.
Sucks, dude. Chicago was so
super
stupid.
Explosive.
If Chicago wouldn't have paid him $20 million, we would have definitely tried to trade for him.
Yeah.
He didn't pay $40 million for 2 years. That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah. Guy that's had 2 ACL injuries.
But the game was pretty good. It actually came down to the wire. I think we were up at one point in the second half by a good amount, and then they came back down the stretch in the fourth quarter. It came down to the point where we couldn't buy a basket. I think it was 109. We were stuck there at that point, I remember, and then they kept scoring, and then it got to 109 to 105. Was it? It was a 4-point game at one point.
Yeah.
But then we finally
it was a 3-point game at one point, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it was a 3-point game at one point, and then we took care of business. We came up with some baskets or whatnot.
Yeah. They won the game in the paint, which is like really crazy. Like they out rebounded us by nearly 10.
Yeah.
They had way more offensive rebounds, 9 more offensive rebounds than us, and they had 10 more points in the paint.
Yeah, that explains that.
Which is like interesting to think that we still won this game. We shot amazing though, 50% from the field, 30% from 3. Not so good. But great game all around.
Yeah, a little bit of turnovers, 11 from us.
Great
Good
week.
Stuff.
You know, the way this team's playing, it sucks that we're gonna get caught playing Toronto or Milwaukee. If we can move into that 3 spot, I'd love to play Philly. I feel like Philly's good. Philly has a lot of star power, but I feel like they're dysfunctional. They don't play good basketball. Toronto, Milwaukee, they're deep. They have great star power. They play great basketball. Philly, great star power. Like probably the best, some of the best star power in the league.
Yeah.
You know, like behind, I'd say like Golden State. Not a lot of depth. I don't think they play great basketball.
Yeah, my issue with that,
and they look like they're going to be the 3rd seed.
Yeah, my issue with that is exactly what you said. I think Toronto and the Bucks have a little bit of everything. I think they play good basketball in general, and then I think they have like superstars each, and they also have a lot of good role players. Like, and I'm not saying like they're good because they're on the team. No, they are good role players. And then Philly, I think they have the star power to get them through it though. The mixture between like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and what's his name, Jimmy Butler. I think that alone is enough. And then they have what's his name too, Tobias Harris.
Yeah, they picked up Tobias Harris.
When you look at them, that's enough kind of star power to get them through.
You said Jimmy Butler?
I said Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
So that's what scares me about him. But Jimmy's in his feelings. Joel Embiid's a sore loser. Ben Simmons is worried about looking good first. Like.
Yeah, Tobias Harris is the only guy on that team that's like
consistent enough.
I have respect for.
Yeah, I think everyone else is like they're dealing their own issues. They deal with their own issues. So I think we have a chance. And and I'm not even throwing shots here.
We should pick up Tobias Harris.
Even the Celtics, if we would have like not ate shit this season and we would have fucking got through it, I would have
like 5th seed played the Celtics.
I would have been all right playing the Celtics because the Celtics are also kind of a mess. Like they played Charlotte the other day and they let Charlotte drop like 130 or 120 something on them. Like
Charlotte had a 30-5 run
to end the game
or something
30-5
or in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Boston was up. Boston was up by 17 in the 4th, and they lost.
Just to give you an idea, like
by 7.
Like, that's fucking crazy. The way you said that, I was just like, wow. Like, if you think about it, they were up by 17.
24 points swing.
But whatever. It just sucks, dude. Because I do feel like it's not completely our fault, but it is. Like, I felt obviously we weren't eating shit just to eat shit, but it just sucks that if we would have had more sense of urgency, like we have now, these last 2 or 3 weeks, we would have definitely been a lot better off. But it is what it is. I think regardless, these players are a lot of our younger guys have grown, and we've seen it. Like it's fun to watch, honestly. Yeah. But
just keep pushing forward, man.
Yeah.
Get excited for the playoffs. Dwayne Wade's gonna be able to go out with a bang. I think that's the biggest. I was talking about that with my friend
that's the biggest
today.
Thing for people.
That like, it's almost like
one more playoff.
It's almost wrong to not let him make the playoffs. You know, we don't want this guy going out like fucking Kobe. Like we want him going out like Kobe, dropping 60 in the playoffs.
No, but no, you have a point. It's true. It's almost like
he deserves it, man.
His last year, like his last playoff.
I know. We seem like Dwayne Wade haters. We talk a lot of shit, but like we've addressed this before. It's really like the media that hypes everything up. He deserves one more playoff push, even if it's not going to be the best one that he's had.
And that's how we are in general. I think we like to go back to what you're saying real quick is that I think we just talk shit about our players anyways because there are players. Like, I mean, if you want to talk shit about our players, like we're gonna snap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how we are. Yeah. Like we defend our guys. It's just when you deal with them, 82 fucking games this season, you really like there's little things that piss you off.
Like I talk shit about Dwayne Wade a lot, and then like my friends will say something. And I'll be like, like, chill out, you know? Like, or like they'll say something on Twitter and I'll be like, yeah, no, you're wrong. He's actually really fucking good, you know? Like, so.
Yeah. No, it's like stupid shit. Like, oh yeah, Kobe's so much better than Dwayne Wade, though. Excuse me.
It's not so much better. Okay.
Dwayne Wade hasn't played child support, so don't start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could get into the Dwayne Wade Kobe debate. I started talking about it, and I started thinking about it.
But it is true. But like, maybe for another episode we will.
Yeah, because you look at it, if Dwayne Wade wasn't, if his career wasn't plagued by injuries.
This is a real
guy could have been argued the greatest of all time.
This is a real okay. Like before we really get into it, because honestly, there's a way for us to really get shit on for this podcast. But like Kobe, if you really pay attention to the stats in the fucking and when it counts, I'm not talking about regular season. If you just go to the playoffs, there's some sketchy fucking shit happening with Kobe's performances. No. Kobe's that's for another episode. And we'll happily talk about it.
Oh yeah, off season when there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we'll happily mention it.
But yeah, great week for the Heat. Yeah. I'm super happy with the way they've been playing.
I'm excited.
Super. All right, so in other news, what's going on in the league lately?
Well, Lakers officially are not making the playoffs. First time since like 2008.
The Lakers?
No,
LeBron. 2005.
2005, sorry. Yeah. No, 2008 was a big year. No, yeah, it was. Whatever. Point is, first time they don't. He doesn't make it since then.
Feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, people are talking a lot of shit, but it is what it is. Like, he mentioned it, and I'm not gonna defend him too much. I don't really want to get into it. It's not a big deal, but he was injured for a while. They dealt with a lot of suspensions, a lot of injuries too.
Yeah.
Not just him. Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, I think, got hurt.
Brandon Ingram dealt with something. Josh Hart's been dealing with tendonitis.
Rondo played like fucking 10 games this season, bro. Like, he
JaVale
was
McGee was out. I know they traded Michael Beasley, but Michael Beasley was dealing with something with like his mom or something.
So yeah, his head was not in it this year. But in general, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
listen, we can make excuses all day, but they're not gonna make it. You know, we're not gonna see LeBron in the playoffs this year. And it's sad.
For us, it sucks.
Even if he was gonna get swept, you know, he was gonna put on a crazy performance in the first round.
Yes, it would have been fun, but whatever. I mean, you know, they'll regroup. You know, they'll get a game plan and they'll come back stronger next year. I have no doubt on that. And healthier too.
They're gonna get a top 10 pick in the draft.
Speaking of healthy, which I would love for that to go down. Speaking of healthier though, he supposedly his trainer came out, his physical trainer or something.
Yeah, or like the physical therapist
of the Lakers.
The Lakers
came out and said that his injury was supposed to sideline him for at least 6 months or something.
Yeah, and she was like, she said it in an Instagram post. I don't know if it was real. Like, I'm pretty sure it was though. I saw the post. Like, it could have been like some parody account or something. But she basically said like he sat out 6 weeks. It should have been 6 months. That he dealt with a lot of pain, but like he wanted to get back out on the court. So, you know.
And looking at that, I mean, also the Nets, you know, since they were the ones that officially, I think it was a good redemption game for D'Angelo. I don't really care for him. Yeah. But I think he did feel good. You know, they traded him, or they got rid of him at least, and then he was able to like kind of go there, and he was the deciding factor this year to completely get him out. Which, anyway you put it, they weren't making the fucking playoffs. Like, they had to win every game, and another team had to like lose every game.
And the 4 teams above them had to like lose all the games.
There was no way it was gonna happen regardless. But it was just kind of drama alert, you know, Sports Center and stuff.
You know, everyone's knocked out of the playoffs. There's only 9 teams that could still make the playoffs in the. There's only one team that's not in playoff contention in the West that could still make it. It's the Kings.
That's pretty impressive.
And they're like 5 games out, so that's pretty. They're gonna playoffs are gonna be clinched for everyone, and like, but the spots are crazy because like 5 through 8. It's like only a half game apart.
Yeah, it is crazy, actually.
It's going to be insane. The West, it's going to be great. No one's going to be able to rest. It like the games coming down, these last 10 games or whatever, it's going to be insane. It's going to be great.
But for Brooklyn, I'm actually happy for them. I think they're doing good, and like it is good that D'Angelo's playing good. I've always, not that I don't care like so much for the organization, but I've always kind of wanted them to do good. Brooklyn is just like a cool, I think, like team, a location in general. Like, it's pretty neat, and I like their uniforms and stuff like that, you know. Like,
I don't really like Jay-Z though.
But yeah, I guess. But it's like whatever. Point is, I'm happy for them, and I think it's cool what's going on over there. So yeah, I mean, that's that. I think the playoffs are gonna be good this year though.
The Bucks are dealing with some injuries. Brogdon's out 6 to 8 weeks.
That one sucks.
Mirotic is out 2 to 4. Mirotic is definitely gonna miss the first round of the playoffs. Maybe the second round if they make it that far. And Brogdon, I don't think will come back to the conference finals or something like that.
To the finals,
something crazy like that. So
that
really sucks.
That pisses me off because Brogdon is a big help for them, and Mirotic too.
And I don't want to see a team that's been playing like the best basketball the whole season to just crumble because of injuries now. Yeah. So I hope they stay healthy.
I will say though that even though he didn't play with them the whole season, I do think Mirotic will have more to offer the team. I do think Brogdon, like from what I've seen these last like games up until he got injured, the games that I had watched, he seems like he like struggles to find his role in the team. And then whenever he gets a chance, like he gets the ball, he's like overly aggressive, like he wants to score. Yeah. And you could tell like it's almost like they have too much like firing power that he ends up trying to see, where can I get mine? Yeah. So him getting hurt, I don't think necessarily is like a big deal. But the way I look at it is in the playoffs, shit happens, bro. And there's always that one like guy that was the X factor in that game that came out of nowhere, that he dropped like fucking 25. They didn't know how to answer, and he could go quiet for the rest of the series. But that one game was enough to like give him a boost.
Yeah, no,
that's what worries me.
I completely agree. Playoffs are gonna be fun.
They are, and
I'm excited.
Mark my words, dude. I really don't think the Warriors are gonna be that dominant this year. I think they're gonna struggle.
Last year lost by like 40 joke. To Dallas.
Last year was a fucking joke. They swept all the way through. Basically, the team that gave them the most trouble was I think the Pelicans won 1.
The way it is right now, oh no, I would like for them to be first seed because their home record I don't think is that good.
No, they
haven't been playing that good at home.
They haven't played that good.
So it would be good if they get home court advantage, and right now. They would play the Spurs or the 8th seed. That's a great team to play them.
Yeah.
But I think they're second right now. They'd be playing Utah. But, guys, this is going to change so much this last week or two before the playoffs.
To shift.
Oh, shit. The playoffs start in April.
Yeah.
Damn, it's right around the corner.
I know.
April 12th or something. Bro, NBA playoffs, Game of Thrones. Shit. Mortal Kombat 11. April's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. This year from now on is going to get crazy.
Mm-hmm. What else? March Madness is going on. So far, both George and I have perfect brackets. It's crazy. Thing.
We're gonna review our brackets at the very end to compare to see who was like better and which one of you guys were better than ours.
Yeah. So it's a little secret. Shh. We're perfect so far, though.
Yeah.
We didn't fill out brackets.
I was gonna name like some stupid ass matchup. Like, oh, that matchup really got me though. I almost picked the wrong team there.
Yeah, we didn't do brackets.
Yes, we did. Remember? Oh yeah, I filled yours out for
I had a test that I had to study for, so I said, okay, we'll fill them out tomorrow night. I didn't know the tournament started the next day, so we didn't fill them out. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do it with like you guys,
officially,
and we'll do like like an official group, and like first place will win money. You know?
Whoa.
Jersey, you gotta make incentive. You got get people to listen to your podcast. Yeah, money, giveaways, shit like that. That works. You know, we gotta get into getting like merchandise and stuff. Like, I love wearing the Heat stuff, but I got to start wearing Biscayne Boys stuff. You know? And like have Biscayne Boys mugs on the table. I know you guys don't see the table, but
we'll get into it eventually.
Yeah. I think that does it. You know, like I've been starting to think actually about like the off season, and I'm kind of worried. Sorry, man. I'm kind of worried about like what I'm gonna do, like what we're gonna talk about during the off season, because like basketball's really slow. So
we'll talk about preseason and summer league games too.
Yeah,
we could mention those.
Yeah, but there's like a month of nothingness.
Yeah, I know, but that's fine. And there's a month of LeBron and Michael Jordan debates and Kobe and
like
Dwayne Wade.
I mean, June there'll be the draft. July there's free agency opens. So yeah,
we'll talk. We'll be able to talk.
We'll be all right. Quick episode this week.
Yep.
I like it like this. I think we have to cover more of the NBA though. Like we covered a little, like only the Heat, and then like there wasn't a lot to talk about. I like when they're quick like this stuff because it gives us more time to do shit on Sundays.
Yeah.
But that about does it, guys. If you guys aren't following us, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Biscayne Boys Podcast, and Twitter at Biscayne Boys Pod. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, leave a rating, subscribe if you're on iTunes. That really helps, you know, with like downloads and stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, you know, things like that. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.